Yeah, I mean, again, I would like something more than, hey, let's just throw 7 deep balls on 32.
Right.
I'd like a little bit more creativity in there, but.
Let's keep an eye on it. Again, Joe Burrow's out for 3 months-ish. We're waiting to find out exactly how much. All right, we're just getting started here on NFL Live. Xavier Worthy's return lit up KC's offense, but is it his speed or the trust he's earned that's making the difference? We're going to tell you all the details there. Plus, Jacksonville's surprising 3-1 start has us asking how they turn things around so quickly. Dan says it all starts with the Jags putting the D back in Duval. I wasn't going to do it like Liam Cohen did. Oh, but you did, so.
How did that guy also then go try and throw hands at Robert Saleh?
I don't know. We need to get some details on that. What happened?
Well, it's because people ain't.
3-1 start to the season. And a lot of it has had to do with the defense, okay? In the last 50 seasons, there have been 2 defenses to start a season with 4 straight games forcing at least 3 turnovers, including 2 interceptions. One is this year's Jaguars. The other is the 1996 Packers, who did it in 6 straight games to start their Super Bowl winning season. Dan, why has Jacksonville defense been so successful so far this season?
Outside of those turnovers, I think 3 things. Number 1, Jordan Lewis. His addition to their defense and playing the nickel has been a big deal. His understanding of run concepts, how he can get skinny or underneath blocks and make tackles, been a big deal. Number 2, they got heavy-handed defensive ends. Josh Hines, Allens, and Travon Walker, those dudes set the edge. You're not getting the ball to the perimeter much in their run game. They are sticking that hand out and keeping their outside arm free. And then gap integrity. This is called the pirate stunt with that defensive line. But then somebody's got to keep the ball inside, and those backers got to fit it the right way with that inside shoulder and a scrape over the top. I know that the turnovers, maybe not as roller coaster ridey. You're not going to get that many to bank on, but I do think that there's been an improvement with how they're playing the fundamentals of their defense, and they fly around and hit you.
Roller coaster ridey. I like that one.
Roller coaster ride.
It's good. Let's go to Kansas City. Their next opponent.
Thank you.
To the Chiefs offense. They got a much-needed boost with the return of Xavier Worthy this past week. Here's Patrick Mahomes on just how much it meant to their offense.
Yeah, he's just so explosive. I mean, you just see it when you get the football in his hands, man. It just makes the defenses have to adjust, and when they adjust, it's like he gets so much attention on him. Other guys can make plays happen, and so just having him out there, not only for his physical ability, but just the morale of the room, I thought it was huge.
Marcus, what stood out to you most in his return?
Touches for Xavier Worthy and how explosive he was, no matter how you wanted to get him the ball. I think he's evolving as a route runner as well. That was one of the things coming out of college, creating some separation, learning how to use all of the leverage that he's starting to create. He was phenomenal in this football game. He showed a repertoire of things that he can do in order to make this offense better, and here it is with the Kansas City Chiefs. They're going to get Rashee Rice back healthy. Xavier Worthy, Marquise is out there now, and now this team is starting to look very familiar. Also, changing some things conceptually. I got to give D.O. credit, as much as I hate it, for talking about what they needed to do offensively, but you saw them get to some of that, having that speed demon back out there on the football field.
I like that the fist bump happened in his shot, but then we went to yours. And,
Good job, man.
I had to look over.
Yeah. It was like, Wait, put them together.
There's a difference in the fist size.
Where is it? Okay. Oh, there we go. All right. Sorry, Tim. We're killing our director.
Big, man. You
All
got
right.
beer
The
paws.
Falcons came alive with some big plays in their 34-27 win over the Commanders. Michael Penix Jr. averaged 12 yards per pass attempt on Sunday, the highest mark by a quarterback with at least 20 attempts in a game this season. It's actually the 3rd highest by a Falcons QB in a game going back to 2000, trailing 2 Matt Ryan performances in 2016. Ryan won MVP and took Atlanta to the Super Bowl that season. Mina, what was the biggest difference in this Falcons offense on Sunday?
I mean, there were a couple great performances, obviously Bijan, Kalpis, but this was the Drake London breakout game we've been waiting for this season. True 3-level threat. Couple things stood out to me. One, how much he was aligned in the slot. I think that's where he's at his best. 6 of his 10 targets were from the slot, and you saw him continuously win there. And then finally, they used him on some in-breakers. I've been complaining constantly on how much this offense is dependent on outbreakers, but they had Drake London run the in-cut on the dagger concept. He's so good at those routes, and then a slant aligned wide. More of that, more of Drake London in the slot, more of throwing over the middle of the field, please.
I think you tweeted about this, didn't you? Did
Well, everyone in
somebody tweet?
Atlanta hates me.
Well, yeah.
But no, I agree. Like Drake's been in the slot for like 2 years now. That's where he's been his best. I thought Bijan was insane as well. Bijan had 3 or 4. He was great blocking. You know, Drake London's willingness to be a blocker.
Oh, this is so true.
Yeah, was outstanding. I also
Really
think
good.
just like Bijan's ability to break tackles, man. Like, it's not like Bijan breaks a tackle and it goes for 2 or 3 more yards. There were multiple times where he broke an arm tackle and went for like 15 or 20. They were explosive. They were very explosive on Sunday. I don't think Washington's defense was great. But that was a really good performance by that offense.
All right, we'll see if they can keep it up. Still to come, the injuries for the Ravens continue to pile up. Baltimore is a flock of banged-up birds. Oh, no.
Knee procedure, multiple ligaments, and obviously this season's done. And our focus is, as a team, to support him from all the medical knowledge that I have or been sped up on. The major things that you want to avoid in something that serious was avoided.
Glad you're with us today. Dan Orlovsky's here, Marcus Spears, Mina Kimes as well. Dan, you were in the building last night when that happened. What was it like?
It was tough to watch. You can immediately feel the kind of gravity of it, the air of the moment kind of get lifted because everyone saw what looked to be pretty severe injury. I think the most interesting thing was like Tyreek's response to the whole situation. You as an athlete know, like, oh my gosh, this is something I've never experienced before. And in the midst of that, and I can't imagine his emotions, he handled himself really well leaving the field. And I can't imagine how difficult that was. And then my thought was in the game, how does the team respond? Like, how do the teammates respond? Sometimes that could just completely distract you from one of the reasons you're there is to play a game. And I was also very impressed with the Dolphins as a team for the way that they were able to compartmentalize, play the game, and try to, at least in that moment, move forward.
Yeah, they got their first win of the season and did a nice job. Marcus, we know Tyreek's impact, but when you think about it from the defensive standpoint, how much easier is it to take on that offense if he's not on the field?
Yeah, they lose a lot. I mean, in your week of preparation, he is the guy that you're pointing to saying we can't allow Tyreek Hill to wreck this football game. And you try to come up with plans and schemes to keep him intact. Now, a lot of people have tried it, and they still got
right.
knocked out by Tyreek. But I think a lot of it just is an adjustment, especially with Tua, right? You make easy throws to Tyreek, and you get explosive plays. Yeah. And you push the ball down the field, and he creates a way to take the top off of a defense to open up other areas of the football field. So you miss a lot. Just by him being on the field beyond his playmaking. The one thing I did like was Darren Waller got involved last night. Yeah. And I think he can become a guy that can kind of dictate some coverages and give them that same type of feel. Now, not as explosive as Tyreek Hill, but he creates a mismatch enough. I think defenses are going to have to vacate some areas of the field to try to get him covered.